Greetings, Light Tribe. Janine Palmer here to talk about kind of a deep subject here. So this is just one perspective, one limited perspective, okay? There are so many things that could add to this and change it because of our different perceptions or experiences, how open we are or are not. And what I'm talking about is when we lose a loved one or loved ones, and the question is why? How do we deal with that? How do we cope? How do we process it? How do we move on? How do we not hold it against anyone or anything? So, as I said, this is very deep because there's a lot of things that could be discussed that may or may not be relevant to a deeper or broader understanding of something. Okay. So a lot of people want to blame something, someone, God. Some people want to blame God. Okay, so when we blame anything like that, are we giving our power away to any degree? I don't know if that makes sense for me to ask it like that. Because it's almost like we might take the stance that we're being punished, that it's unfair, that we're being treated cruelly. Okay, and there's different things to maybe be aware of if you're not already, just to ponder this. And this is regarding soul contracts or sacred contracts, okay? In other words, before we come here, because we are spirit, and there's other dimensional levels that we're not aware of because they say we're very brave to come here into this lower vibrational realm because it's a much harsher environment than where we come from. And we forget our origins. We forget our magnificence. We forget that we're divine beings. Okay, this is a lot that we don't know, remember, understand. So we agree to come here to have certain experiences with certain people because of how our soul will evolve and how we will learn from it, how we will learn to rise above, hopefully, okay? Or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll stay stuck. Some people stay stuck in victim mentality, and they hold that anger, rage, resentment, sadness, unforgiveness, whatever they hold against themselves, they keep themselves in prison. It's a type of prison. And you can let yourself out of it whenever you're ready, whenever you come to that level of awareness. Okay? There's a type of surrender that's involved. It's not a bad thing. It's giving up on our ideas about things, giving up about any thought that we hold about anything, because that can keep us stuck because it might not be true. We believe things all the time that aren't true. Just because we believe it doesn't make it true. Just because we don't believe it doesn't make it untrue. Okay? So what if you came here to have an experience, good or bad, however you want to label it, that's duality, okay, to have an experience that was challenging, crushing, knocks you to your knees, so that you can figure out what you're going to do with that, what you learn from it, how you're going to rise above it. It's ascension. It's the strengthening of the soul. Okay. Or do you allow yourself to stay stuck? And we stay stuck in that with our thoughts about it and the programs that we run, okay, of being the victim, of being this, of being that, anger, sadness, regret, whatever it is, they're programs that we run, and they need to be fed, and they're fed with the negative thought loops that we continually replay, okay? So this is just little tiny bits of things to think about. If it serves you, if it's at all helpful, to do so. It's basically for awakening and for having a better, deeper understanding of something, to try to make sense of stuff that just doesn't make sense. Things that we cannot understand or get our head around, but we want to blame someone else. Okay? And we want to blame God like, oh, God took something from me. Really? Why? I mean, we're here to learn to grow. We're not here to be punished. Okay? Although it is a hellish state at times. It's a dark place. But we can rise above to the light. And the loved ones who we miss, they know how we feel. They know what we're thinking. And if they could give you a message, they would say they don't want you to carry that burden. Okay, that it's time to let it go. They don't like to see you caught up in that hatred and that anger and that unforgiveness. No, because that's typically not where they are. There's different levels of places to be, but typically it's not like that. Because on other dimensional levels, you have more of a broad spectrum of the whole picture of what's going on. We're here, we don't. We have a very limited perspective here. Okay, so just to be open to, and God, so let's talk about God, because God is the energy that we're all made of, including our loved ones. It's love. But there are different creator beings, and if you've studied religion and spirituality, you will know this. And if you haven't studied it, then you won't know it. And it might sound like foreign language to you. There's just a lot of stuff to learn and to consider to help you have a better understanding, and basically regain your power in a lot of ways. Because when we're too busy being pissed off at other things and blaming other things, we're giving our power away. We're not standing in our power. Okay, so if that's not working for you, then it's time to open up. First of all, open up and let out that crap that you carry that doesn't serve you, that festering cesspool of shit and hatred and misery, the fire and brimstone that you create with your thoughts. When you're ready, you can let that go. Okay? Let out all the crap, and then you can open up and you can maybe let in some good stuff, because it's all choice. You have to learn how to do it. You have to find tools if you don't know what they are. So that's this video. Just, some funny other little perspectives that maybe we haven't thought of, but it's all for the purpose of trying to open you up, because it's when you're cracked open that the light gets in. Because even though we've been through hell on this earth, okay, maybe we haven't been knocked far enough down on our knees to find what we're looking for. We're not there yet, because we're swimming in that crap. And it's time to get out of that. Maybe. That's up to you. Peace.